Hey dreamers, this is Anisha Jennings, a fellow immigrant and an entrepreneur. From being an engineer in India to building my tech business in the US, I've lived the journey you're on. Welcome to Your American Dream podcast, where we turn immigrant challenges into superpowers. Are you feeling out of place, struggling with a job hunt, or simply missing home? I've been there, and I'm here to guide you through it. In each episode, we'll dive into real stories, practical advice, and mindset that will help you write your unique success story. From navigating cultural differences to building a purposeful life, I've got you covered. So if you're ready to turn your immigrant experience into your greatest strength, let's dive in. Your American dream starts now. Welcome to Your American Dream. I'm Anisha Jennings, and today I'm excited to welcome Vanessa Nelson to the show. Vanessa is a single mom of three, a full-time audit assistant at a CPA firm, and a global digital business owner specializing in affiliate and attraction marketing. With over 10 years of experience in banking and customer service operations, she's known for her adaptability, accountability, and ability to exceed expectations. Today, Vanessa helps others start digital businesses that create flexibility, freedom, and long term opportunity. Welcome, Vanessa. Thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you so much, Anisha, for having me on today. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. So, you're balancing so many roles: a
Yeah.
single mom, an audit assistant, a digital entrepreneur. Take us back to where did that journey begin?
Okay, well, just a little bit of history about me. I was born and raised on the island of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, which is in the Caribbean. I came to Canada officially, like I moved officially to Canada in 2007, where I went to university. I didn't complete my university studies, that was in Ontario. I came to Quebec, and that's where I met my husband in 2009 and everything like that. We got married, and 2 years after we started having kids. I had my first son in 2012 and 2014 and then 2017. During all that time, I didn't work. I just stayed at home and look after my kids. I was yearning all this time to find something that I can do from the comfort of my home. But maybe I didn't do enough research. I don't know. But I just didn't find something that, I really wanted to do. I did take up some studies in interior design. So I have a diploma that I did online. I didn't do anything much with it because I don't know. Maybe it wasn't calling me at that time.
Mm-hmm.
So, anyways, I did some studies at a college, and I did graduate with a certificate, I would say. So that was in computerized financial management. But before all of that, I became a single mom in 2000. Sorry, 2021. I have to be sure about that because I always miss the 20. So it's 2021. I became a single mom because my husband was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer in
Oh, I'm sorry to
July
hear
of
that.
that year. 5.5 weeks after the day of diagnosis, he passed away. So I was working at the time as customer service, but of course I took the time out to be with him, during that time. He was sick. He went to the hospital and he never came home. So I took the time out to be with him. And of course, the kids were younger, so it was crazy. Everything
Hard.
just turned upside down in just a matter of a few weeks. So I did take the time off from work. I quit my job because it was like a lot going on.
Right, right.
But I continued to study. That was during the time I was studying computerized financial management. So that's where I think it was 2023. I took a job because I thought I was ready, but I couldn't. I lasted only 2 weeks on the job.
Wow.
It was another customer service job. I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm ready. That was in November of 2021. But I'm like, no, I'm not ready. So I just kindly asked the supervisor to like just cut everything because I'm not ready to work. I
Oh,
continued with my studies, and then in 2023, that's when I started working as an audit assistant. And during the time that I'm working in the beginning, I enjoyed it. and everything. But slowly, I'm yearning for something else. So it was 2024. I took the decision that I wanted to start my own business.
Mm-hmm.
I did know about this business 4 years prior, which was, I think it was in 2020, but we all know during that time it was
Yes.
the pandemic. So again, I was alone with my kids. That's even before my husband passed away because he took a job in Ontario, and and we live in Quebec. We live in Montreal. So I was alone with the kids that time. It's, yeah, it's just, I don't know. God was probably just showing me that I need to be taking responsibility before, it
Mm-hmm.
became permanent. So that was in
Wow.
2020. I was alone with the kids. And then again, my husband moved back to Quebec in November, I think, of 2020. And then, he got sick and everything in 2021 and passed away. So,
Wow.
yes, that's a quick rundown of my backstory.
Thank you for sharing that. That is so sorry to hear about your loss and, praying for strength for you to go through the rest of
Thank you.
your journey. It's definitely not easy. So, I was going to go in a different direction, but now I want to, like, in the position you were in, right? And with your job and with your decision to start your business, what advice would you give other women who may be suffering a loss or may be going through a situation similar to yours? What would be your advice for them to keep going or to encourage them in that season of life?
Yes, I know everyone grieves differently, so I would definitely say take the opportunity to grieve the way that, suits you best because like I don't know how you feel. So take the time to grieve, but don't take too long because you really need to get up and get going because I could not be in any state of, let's say, sadness, depression, or anything because my kids are young. I had to
Right,
be there for them. I had to just push through and find that strength to be there
right,
for them because they're very young. They don't even understand like what is cancer, they didn't understand anything like that. So I
right,
have to be there for them constantly. And there's no way that I can let them down. I couldn't be lying up in bed or just be locked away somewhere. But everybody's not the same. So take the time to
for
grieve
sure.
and then find something that you really enjoy. Like, and even if it's, you don't know yet what that thing is, just explore, try different things, get the information. But the most I would say, what is really, really important is your mindset. Because if your
Right,
mindset is not in the right place, like you can't move forward. So
for
just
sure.
take the time to really, really work on your mindset.
For sure. That's great advice. Also, tell us a little bit about like the support. What kind of support did you have during that time while you were raising your kids? How
Mhm.
did you reach out? And it's always, as women, we don't tend to ask for help because we're like, okay, we got to do it all. But that's not possible. And we got to like normalize asking
Mm.
for help because we're human after all. The community and having people around you is so important. And even if you don't have your family around, your neighbors, friends, church, everybody
Yes.
becomes your family, right? So tell us a little bit about your community and the support that you had during that season.
Yes, I know it's so true. We really don't want to ask for help. And honestly, like, I never did ask for help, but help came to
Wow.
me.
Right.
Help came to me, and I am so appreciative of everyone who showed up, friends, family, church family. They all showed up and really like came out to support me. So I really appreciated that. Some people, they brought food or they sent food, grocery, funds, everything. And it really helped. And I really appreciate it. And the funny thing is that we were supposed to move to Ontario to live in Ontario because my husband was there, but it just so happened we couldn't find a place to rent because
Mm,
it was during COVID. Everybody was moving back home, so all the places were taken up super fast. So looking back at that, I'm thinking, God knows exactly where I should be at a
for
certain
sure.
time because in Montreal, that's where all my support was.
Mm,
And he knew that I would need, all this support. So we
wow.
didn't move there.
That is amazing. I was just talking to somebody yesterday and we were talking
Mhm.
about God's humor in our lives. Like, we never know what's going on, and God suddenly puts these things. And when you look back, you're like, okay, now that makes sense
Yes,
why
yes.
this was happening. And then you tie the dots. So, for sure. So, tell us a little more about what motivated you to start exploring the digital business opportunities while working full time?
Yeah, because even though my kids are not that young anymore at the moment, they're 13, 11, 8, so they would have been 1 year younger last year. I still realize that they needed me more. Even though, some people think because your kids are younger, let's say toddlers or whatever, that's when they need you. But I noticed that my kids needed me more. They have more questions.
Right.
They're clinging to me more. And I felt guilty, like in the morning I have to wake them up, I have to rush them off to school, and I have to be telling them, okay, I have to get to work, I'm late. Like that's not their business. They don't care about me and my work, and I have to get there at a certain time.
For sure.
So I'm like, it's unfair to them that I have to be putting all this on them, to telling them that I need to get going and you have to hurry up. I think it's really unfair. So I want a life where I have the flexibility, the time freedom to do what I want when I want it. And
Hmm.
of course, having my own business, eventually, I would get that financial freedom that I'm seeking.
For sure. So tell
Yeah.
us more about what you do through your digital business. I know you've launched it, and tell us more
Yes.
about what you do through that.
Okay, so it's affiliate marketing, as you had mentioned before, attraction marketing. So we're affiliated with a company that produces high-end medical grade products, and we really we get other moms. Let's say in my situation, I look for moms who want to do the same thing and get them to sign up to, well, they don't necessarily have to sell, because your investment, your initial investment is actually getting the product.
Mm-hmm.
It's, in, it's to get the product to, of course, test it out, because if you're not using the product, like how could you tell someone about what you're doing? So it's basically to get other people to sign up. Your investment is actually buying the product for your personal use.
Right.
And we have a platform that you would have access to, and you pay a one-time fee of 149 US dollars. And after that 149, you don't ever pay any monthly fees or anything like that after you purchase your product initially, unless you want to. After, you don't have to anymore. You get other people to purchase directly from you, or you get someone who want to become a business owner and they
Mhm.
sign up to do that. So that's basically what it is. Some people think it's more complicated, but really it isn't. So we just really advise others to register on like my website. And if it's okay, I can say what my website is.
Yes, for sure. For
Yeah.
sure.
So it's www.vnnconnection.com, and you register only with your name and email. You would have access to a free webinar, which will give you the information. And after viewing that webinar, you pay 149 US dollars, the same one I just mentioned before, if you want to have access to see what the products are and how the compensation works. And then you decide the strategy that you would like to purchase, which is the product anyways, but there's a particular strategy. And you really have to get on the site and pay the 149 to get all of that information, because it will take me a very long time to try to explain all
For
of
sure.
this. So that's why we really want people to register to get the information. And the thing is, registering doesn't mean you start right away. Even if you pay
Mm.
the 149, you have 30 days to explore the compensation, to explore the products, to explore our community, because we would add you to our Facebook community where you would see how others are doing. You would have access to part of the training. You would have access to speak with a coach. And if after all that you still don't want to do it, you can ask for a refund. The only thing is, we ask that you decide you don't want to follow through before you do the coaching call, because we wouldn't, like, there's no refund after the coaching call. So that's the
Got it.
only thing. But if you have questions, anyone have questions, they can still reach out and I will be happy to answer.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for explaining that. So tell us a little more about how do you manage guilt, pressure, self-doubt while you're building something for your future?
Well, also, like I've mentioned before, mindset, it's everything. So every morning I do meditation. Sometimes I'm not fully like emotionally available for the mindset, but even though I still play it in the background, I still play it. I learn so much from doing that. And when I have the time to actually sit down and meditate, then I do it. But I
Right.
work always on my mindset. Having a very, healthy, positive attitude goes a very long way because you
For
don't
sure.
want to attract negative stuff. So if you focus daily on attracting positivity is going to come to you. So I work really hard on being positive.
That's amazing.
So,
So tell us a little bit about mistakes that you see beginners doing, mistakes that beginners make when they're starting online, and how
mhm.
can they avoid them?
I know it's new, like every you start something, it's gonna be new. You just have to give yourself time and grace to like fully understand. And if, one moment you're working on something and you just cannot see yourself getting further, just step away. Just step away for a moment and go for a walk. Do something else besides this. And then, clear your mind from what you were trying to do and then come back to it. And still, if you're not able to figure it out, you can reach out to us. If, of course, you're in the same community as me, you can
Yes.
reach out because we're a global community. We have over 250,000 people globally that's in my community. So we're available 24/7 because, we are different time zones. So we're available. Reach out if you still need help and you
For
can't figure
sure.
it out.
For sure. So you've spent over a decade in banking and customer service roles. Tell
Mhm.
us how those experiences prepared you for entrepreneurship.
Yeah. Well, when I started, I was very shy, like really shy. In high school, I was shy. I was even approached to be a contestant in beauty pageant and everything because I was so shy. I just declined.
Oh,
I declined. But working in the bank, it's a public, business. Customers
yes.
coming all the time. If I'm on the job, I have to perform. So I
Right.
just had to like find a way just to get out of my comfort zone, get out of my shell, get out of my head, and just serve the customers. I smile all the time, so I think that's a good start.
Yes, for sure.
So eventually, I learned to be more and more open, outspoken. I grew very much, honestly, working at the bank because I started at a young age as well. So I think I developed a lot during that time.
Beautiful. Beautiful. So tell us, what professional skills do women often underestimate that are actually powerful in digital business?
Ooh, skill. The thing is, no particular skill is really needed. You just need it just to bring your energy, bring your positivity because you don't need to be like tech savvy or anything like that. You don't need to have a business degree. You don't need anything fancy at all to start. So I think, yeah, people are being hard on themselves and thinking, no, I can't do this, I can't do that. But if you have a cell phone, you're already tech savvy.
Yes,
You
I like
can,
that.
yeah, you can post, you can check other people's page, you can do a lot of stuff, and you're underestimating yourself. So you don't need any major skill, honestly.
Okay,
I would base everything on mindset. Just your mindset. You just really need a positive mindset to get going.
for sure.
And just know you can do it.
You can do it. That's the main thing. You can do it. So what advice would you give to a woman who wants more freedom but feels stuck or overwhelmed?
Just try to find, I would say, half an hour. You can start out with half an hour in the day. Let's say after you put the kids to bed, just find that time for yourself to decide what exactly you want to do. If you don't know yet what you want to do, like do the research. do your due diligence. Also, that's the reason we give 30 days when you pay the 149. It's also for you to do your due diligence, because being skeptical is part of, being intelligent, because, you have to find out if it's legit and all that. So we really understand that, and we encourage it to do your due diligence. But for someone who doesn't know exactly what they want to do, just find the time to do the research, because it's very important that you get the right information that is legitimate, and move from there, go forward.
Yeah.
But always keep, like for me, right now, I do not want to go back to a conventional, like school to go and study. I'm okay. I don't have a degree or anything like that. I'm okay now because I'm very happy with what I'm doing. I'm learning so much. I am growing so much. I'm learning still. I'm learning every single day, but it doesn't
Yeah.
mean that I have to have a degree, to learn and grow.
For sure.
So that's the advice I would give for someone who
Thank
want to
you.
start,
Yeah. So
just
what
reach,
does,
just reach.
yes, definitely. So what does the American dream look like to you today? Not just financially, but personally.
Well, I'm in Canada, so.
I mean, yes, but
But I understand. I understand. Yes, I know we all wanted to move to a developing country and everything like that. But when you arrive, some people it worked out very well for them. But for me, no, it wasn't anything at all that I expected. First of all, we have to go through the winter.
yes, yes,
You're not living here, you won't know. I visited before in the winter. I enjoyed it and everything, but I wasn't living here. But
correct.
living here is a whole other story.
Yes, exactly.
And living in Quebec also, there's a language barrier. It's French, and I wouldn't consider myself fully bilingual. I do understand. I can speak some French and everything like that, but of course, it held me back very much, because most of the jobs that I was applying to, or was showing up, they
Yeah.
require also French. So it held me back very much. But, I'm
Hmm.
grateful that I found a job. Yes, there's French and everything, but I can manage, and I'm not required really to like speak French. But
Correct.
a lot of the work that I do, it's in French, but I understand it, so I can manage. And we think that, there's a bed of roses here, and
Yes.
nothing's going to come to you. Nobody's going to come to save you. You are the only person that's in your way. If you don't get up and do what you need to do, then it's on you. It's on you. I cannot stress that enough. You have to get moving for you, because
Hmm.
nobody's going to do it for you.
Absolutely. Very well put. So, what kind of example do you hope to set for your children through your journey?
Well, I just want to show them that owning your own business, I would say it's the ideal thing to have. And the business that I'm doing, I can pass it on to my kids. So I'm happy that they're seeing, my commitment to my business, so they can be learning all the time. Like I would explain to them what I'm doing, and, why I need some time, why I need help in the home to do stuff. I explain to them it's because, I'm working on my business, and it's not just for me that I'm doing this, it's for all of us.
For sure.
So I give them information as, time go by.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. The more we communicate and let them know what we're doing and what's going on, they tend to
Mhm.
understand it better, because otherwise it's like, oh, I'm working, I'm working, I'm working. They
Yeah,
don't get it. They don't
right.
understand what that means. But, if you break it out and explain to them, then we're teaching them life skills as well.
Yeah.
So, if listeners can take one message from your story, what do you want it to be?
I think I would say resilience. Yeah. Because a lot could happen very fast,
Yes.
but it's like it's what you do to get back up. So I definitely would say just be resilient. Yeah.
Yeah,
And don't make doubt and fear or anything, overtake you. Like you always have to be in control of you.
for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Well, if our listeners want to get in touch with you, what is the best way to reach out to you?
I'm on Facebook and it's just my name, Vanessa Nelson. You can send me a direct message in Messenger. Also, I have a WhatsApp number if they want a message, which is 514-437-4048. Also, if they go to my website, www.vnnconnection.com, you can also add me if you register with your name and email. It would ask you to add me to Facebook if you so choose to do that. And that's another way to be in touch as well.
Well, thank you so much for your time today, and thank you for being here and sharing your story and inspiring us. It was truly amazing to talk to you.
Yes, thank you so much, Anisha, for having me.
You're welcome. Thank you. As we close this empowering conversation with Vanessa, remember this: your current circumstances do not define your ceiling. Vanessa's journey shows us that consistency, belief, and community can open doors to freedom you once thought were out of reach. If you're ready to align your story, skills, and vision into a platform that supports your next chapter, I'd love to help you build it. This is Anisha Jennings reminding you that your American dream is built one brave step at a time. Until next time. Thank you for tuning into Your American Dream. I hope this episode left you feeling inspired and ready to take on the world. Remember when I first landed in the US, lost and overwhelmed? Well, look at us now. We're building our dreams together. Your story matters, and I'm so honored to be a part of it. If you enjoyed our chat today, please spread the love. Rate, review, and share. Let's grow this amazing community of dreamers together. Want more? Catch my daily doses of inspiration on my Instagram @Jennings Tech Corner. Also check out the show notes for more ways to connect. Remember, your accent is the voice of your ambition. Your background is your superpower. Let's dream big and achieve bigger. Until then, this is Anisha cheering you every step of the way.